今回はすっごく便利な英語を紹介します。Nice and 形容詞。Hi everyone, it's Scott here from That's English School. This coffee is nice and warm. Nice も形容詞ということで、ダブル形容詞パンチになりますね。Nice とポジティブな形容詞と一緒に使うのは一般的です。例えば、今日は暖かくていいよね。It's nice and warm today. このお店は安くていいよね。This shop is nice and cheap. このホテルのタオルが柔らかくていいよね。The towels in this hotel are nice and soft. 日本語で言うと多分何々くていいよねみたいな感じにはなると思います。安くていい、涼しくていい、広くていい、nice and なんとか。これはセットで覚えてほしいですね。例えば、good and cheap とか、great and big とか、nice and delicious。何か違和感がありますね。自分で適当に作ってしまうと、やっぱり何か変な感じになってしまいますね。今から一番ポピュラーな組み合わせを紹介しますね。これを覚えれば、あなたの英語力がさらにぐんと上がります。まあ、ぐんと上がるのはちょっと言い過ぎかもしれませんね。でも、ちょっとだけ上達できると思います。今から英語ですね。And without further ado, let's dive into the first point. Listen, Satoshi, you're in charge while I'm away. The restaurant's going to be nice and full today, so make sure everything goes smoothly.
No problem, boss. Leave it up to me.
I'm off to the real estate agents today. We're looking to open our second restaurant as soon as we can. Luckily, it's nice and warm today, so it should be a good day for it. Okay, Satoshi, I'm off. I'll see you later. Best of luck.
Okay, have a good one.
Talking about the weather is such a great icebreaker in a conversation. It's an internationally recognized topic for small talk. I think that's one point British people and Japanese people have in common. We can talk for hours about the weather. Here are the most commonly used combos. Nice and warm, like on a lovely spring day. Nice and cool, after a long hot summer and the first winds of autumn come along. Nice and fresh. Again, this word can be used on a nice autumn day. Fresh is a great word, meaning chilly but not too cold. It's refreshing. Nice and sunny. After a few cloudy days, we're always glad of a bit of sun. Nice and hot. So hot is actually a bit of a negative word, so only use this one if you really like hot weather. Other people might think you're crazy. I guess you could use it for a bath, or miso soup, or maybe even a cup of coffee. Nice and hot. Nice and cold. And only use this if you really like cold weather. Here is a key point. So in many cases, we don't pronounce the word and very clearly. It's more just like the letter N. Nice and warm. Nice and cool. Nice and sunny. This is often used for food too, especially in menus. Fish and chips. Salt and pepper. Sweet and spicy. Bacon and eggs. It's also used in combinations like rock and roll. So this is the first location. As I'm sure you'll agree, it's in a great location. Perfect. It's nice and close to the station. The location is perfect, but it's just not the size I'm looking for. I must admit though, the windows are nice and big, plenty of natural light. Would you like to move on to the next location? I'm sure you're gonna love it. Yeah, I think that'd be best. Let's get going then. When we visit someone's house for the first time, we all love making a few comments to say nice things and to praise them on their wonderful home. Nice and big, when you're impressed by the size of the place. Nice and spacious. Again, making a comment like this for someone's home is much better than using the word wide. Here is a key point. When you're talking about the size of a house, an apartment, a garden, or a shopping center, that kind of open space, we never use the word wide. Of course, in Japanese, you usually use the word hiroi. But in English, we generally use the words big and spacious. I also did a video about the word narrow, so please check out this video if you have time. We can also say nice and roomy. This is especially used for a house, but you can also use it to talk about clothes which are not too tight. Nice and bright. If there are plenty of windows, then that's always a positive thing, isn't it? Nice and modern. Of course, it depends on your personal taste. I personally prefer a home which has a little bit more character to it. So maybe in my case, nice and modern is not such a good thing for me. Nice and small. Now that just sounds weird. I guess nobody wants to live in a house which is so small, but I guess it would cut down on cleaning and the utilities when you think about it though. Well, what do you think? This one is a little bit more expensive, but it's nice and modern. Looks amazing! I could picture this full of customers on a Saturday night. And what do you think of the kitchens? They're definitely nice and spacious and look like they have a nice workflow, but I'm not sure. Something the matter? Well, it's a bit too modern. I'd like somewhere with a bit more character. Somewhere nice and kind of quirky, but mainstream at the same time. Oh well, can't win them all. Let's move on to the next property. I think you're going to like this one. Everyone loves commenting on food. It's a part of daily life, isn't it? Nice and something is a really popular way to describe your food. Nice and hot, like a bowl of miso soup on a cold winter's day. Nice and crispy, when you go to McDonald's and you get some freshly made French fries. Nice and juicy, like when you have a piece of peach and you bite into it and the juice just bursts all over your mouth. Nice and juicy. Nice and bloody. So this may seem like a funny one, but people who love a rare steak sometimes say this. Nice and strong. So this is often used for a coffee or a cocktail with plenty of alcohol in it. Nice and sweet. So maybe this is good for talking about fruit or maybe even some vegetables. Of course, if you have a sweet tooth, you can say this about desserts too. I know I do. This is more like it. The layout is perfect and it's nice and easy to find, even although it's tucked away in this kind of little side street here. I thought I'd save the best till last. You certainly did, and the interior is nice and modern, but it still has a touch of charm to it. I like that. I thought you'd like it. It's perfect for your new restaurant. You know what? I think I've made my decision. This is the place. That's great. I'll get the contract put together and we'll have you signed up in no time. Strike while the iron is nice and hot. That's what I always say. Okay, it's homework time. Are you ready for a wee bit of homework? Okay, now I'm going to give you a Japanese sentence and I want you to change it into English, okay? Put your answer down in the comments, okay? この日本語を英語にしてくださいね。コメント欄のところに、入れてね、okay? And the sentence is this: このスーパーの魚が安くていいよね。しかも新鮮でうまい。Okay, so best of luck with your homework, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you down in the comments. If you want to improve your English even more, please click on this video over here, and I'll be teaching you about how to use a bit. Okay, so I'll see you over there. Let's go.